Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video we will be practicing questions for your Cognizant Communication Assessment Round. Okay, and the questions that we have taken in this video are from your actual assessment. Okay, these questions have appeared in the actual Cognizant Communication Assessment, so that you have the best practice of these questions I have taken and solved these questions in this video. Make sure to watch the video till complete end so that you don't miss on any of the important information. And I just want one thing from you guys: if you are finding this video helpful, please at least write the word helpful in the comment box so that I get to know how many of you are preparing for it and I can post more content related to it. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. But before that, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as it really motivates me to bring more such content for all of you. There is a complete playlist on my channel related to Cognizant Prep. You will find more videos related to your communication assessment in this playlist. So let's get started with first section. Let's start by looking at the first set of questions that we have. In these questions, the instructions that are given to us is read the given sentences aloud, clearly and fluently. Basically, we will be having one by one sentences on our screen. We need to read it aloud. I would highly suggest you that before watching directly how I am pronouncing these sentences, you also try to read it aloud so that you get an actual practice of questions when how you will appear in your examination. So let's start with the first sentence. Shall we meet tomorrow to celebrate Jane's birthday? Second, the strawberries grown on our farm are clean and fresh. Third sentence, yesterday was an important day for the international fashion industry. Fourth sentence, I found this yellow shell in the sand. It looks amazing. Fifth, we must avoid a generalized outlook on corruption as times are changing. Sixth sentence, the zealous soldiers successfully dodged bullets from the powerful machine guns. Seventh sentence, the stark difference in prices between luxury brands surprises me. Eighth, I usually avoid using jargon that might confuse my audience. Ninth, the children were excited to see the colorful balloons at the carnival. 10. She carefully arranged the books on the wooden shelf. 11. The rhythmic sound of the waves crashing on the shore was calming. 12th, his ability to solve complex problems quickly impressed everyone. 13th, the museum displayed ancient artifacts from different civilizations. 14th, despite the heavy rain, they continued their journey without hesitation. 15th, the scientists conducted multiple experiments to test her hypothesis. So guys, we have read all the 15 sentences. Now I want to give you a few tips. Okay, like see, I have taken all the 15 sentences on one screen and I was reading it aloud, but in your assessments you won't get all the 15 sentences in one go. How you will be getting is, you will be getting one sentence on your screen and you need to read it out. Now few of you might have this doubt that I was telling sentence 1, sentence 2 and I was reading the numbers of the sentence. So do you have to also speak in the same way? No, you don't have to say that. You just have to read your sentence loud out. Okay. So I hope this section is now clear. Let's now move on to the next set of questions that we have. So guys, next section that we have is speaking. Now in these types of questions, basically you will be given few different topics. Okay. And you have to speak on that topic for 1 minute. Okay. Now there might be cases that you will be given just the title like this. Okay. How I have taken in the question, or you might be getting a title and 2 to 3 points. Okay. About that title. Based on those 2 to 3 points, you can create your speech and then you can speak on that topic. Okay, and you will also get some time to prepare your speech. Okay, what you are going to speak on that topic, you will get like 60 to 90 seconds to prepare your speech, and then based on that you have to speak. But guys, don't focus on writing your speech, because you won't have that much of time. What you can do is you can prepare points in a notebook or somewhere, so that when you speak you can understand what points you have to speak it out. Okay, but don't think that I will write the entire paragraph of what I need to speak in 1 minute and then I will speak that out, because you won't get that much of time. Okay, when you will like appear for your assessments. Okay, let's attempt these questions one by one so that you get a better understanding of how you have to attempt these questions in your actual assessment. First sentence or first topic that we have is describe a memorable trip you have taken. Okay, now I will be answering this. Okay, I will be speaking out a paragraph or like the answer for this question. You have to understand very clearly and listen very attentively how am I speaking. The topic is describe a memorable trip you have taken. One of the most memorable trips I have taken was to the mountains. I visited a hill station with my family where we enjoyed beautiful scenery, fresh air, and adventure activities like trekking. The highlight of the trip was watching the sunrise from the highest peak. It was a refreshing and unforgettable experience. So guys, in this way you have to speak your on the topic, and you have to speak for like 1 minute, or basically the timing will be given to you like 60 seconds or 30 seconds, whatever, and in that way you can prepare your content. I am not speaking for too long because my main motive of this video is that I have to give you an understanding of what types of question will come and how you will answer them. Okay, moving on to second topic. What are the advantages of reading books over watching movies? Okay, so I'm now going to speak on this topic. Reading books allows us to use our imagination, develop vocabulary, and improve concentration. Books provide in-depth details that movies often miss. Unlike movies, books let us interpret characters and stories in our own way. Also, reading is a great way to relax without the screen time. So in this way you have to speak it, guys. Okay, now guys, try when you are speaking these topics, okay, try that you don't stammer in between. Okay, if someone has genuine stammering problem, that is totally fine. Okay, but try that you speak in one flow. Okay, don't take too much of gaps and all, because that will not look good and that will not sound good, okay, when you are speaking on a particular topic. Let's move on to third topic that we have. If you could invent something new, what would it be? Okay, so I'm going to speak on this topic now. I would invent a device that translates animal sound into human language. This would help us understand what animals feel and need, improving their care and protection. It could be useful for pet owners, veterinarians, and even wildlife conservatives. So in this way, guys, you can speak on this topic. Let's move on to the next question. How do you define success in life? Okay, so I'm going to now speak on this topic. Success in life is achieving personal happiness and fulfillment. It is not just about money or career growth, but also about good health, meaningful relationships, and continual learning. Success is different for everyone, but for me, it means feeling satisfied with what I do in everyday work. So guys, in this way, you have to speak on like different topics that are given to you. I hope you have understood it. I have already given you the tips, okay, what you should follow. Don't stammer in between. Try noting down points, okay. So I'll just write down the tips so that you understand in a better way. Don't take gaps, okay, and note down point somewhere. Okay, strictly note down points only and not the entire speech. That is not recommended. And don't over repeat the sentence. Okay, like if you have spoken about a sentence already once, don't speak the same sentence again and again. So these types of basic things, if you will take care, you can easily clear this section. Let's move on to the next section now. So the next section that we have is based on fill in the blanks and MCQs. Okay, now in these types of questions, guys, these are grammatical based questions. Okay, so grammar based questions will be there, and there is a possibility that you will get the questions in the form of fill in the blanks, and you will get some questions in the form of MCQs. Okay, but I have taken all the questions in the form of fill in the blanks so that you get a better practice. Even though if you don't get any options or MCQs, you can easily attempt those questions. But just remember that in your exams you might also get MCQs or multiple choice questions in some of the cases. Okay, let's read the instructions and then we will attempt the questions one by one. The instruction says that choose the correct answer for each blank or multiple choice question. Okay, the first set of question is verb forms. Based on verb forms, basically you will be given a sentence and you have to fill in the blanks with the correct verb form. Let's see the first sentence. She dash go to school every day. The correct answer in this case is going to be she goes to school every day. Second one we will see, they, and the verb is play football when it started raining. So the correct answer I'm writing here, they were playing football when it started raining. Okay, let's see the next set of question that we have. He dash complete his work before the deadline. So he had completed. Okay, this is in past tense, that is why he had completed his work before the deadline. Now guys, before we move on to the next question, I just want to let you know that don't think that, do we have to speak in this question or do we have to type. Don't worry about this at this moment, because you will have proper on screen instruction whether you have to type the answer of a particular question or you have to speak the answer of a particular question. Basically, in these types of questions, majority of the times they will ask you to type in, and everything will be clearly written on your screen when you get a question that please type in the answer of this question, or it will be written that please speak out the answer of this question, and before speaking you also have to click a button. So on screen instructions are very clear, so don't worry about anything. Okay, let's move on to the next question that we have. I dash write an email when she called. So the correct answer in this case will be I was writing an email when she called. Okay, see, she called, which means past tense, so that is why we will write we will select the verb form in such a way that I was writing an email when she called me, right? Okay, moving on to the next question. The baby dash cry for milk. The correct answer will be the baby is crying for milk. Okay, normal present tense sentence. Next question that we have is, by next year she graduate from college. So the correct answer for this one will be by next year she will have graduated. Okay, by next year she will have graduated. Okay, from the college or from college. Let's see the next question. They dash wait for 2 hours before the bus arrived. So the correct answer will be they had been waiting. They had been waiting for 2 hours before the bus arrived. Let's see the next question. My brother dash enjoy reading novels. The correct answer will be my brother enjoys reading novels. Okay, let's now move on to the next set of questions. But before we move on to the next set of questions, guys, I have a humble request from all of you that if you are finding this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Also, if you are new to my channel and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, because it really motivates me to bring more such helpful content for all of you. Okay, let's now move on to the next set of questions that we have. These are also fill in the blanks based questions. What we need to do is we need to fill in the blanks based on the correct tenses. Okay, let's see the first question that we have here. She studied when the phone rang. The correct answer will be she was studying. She was studying when the phone rang. Okay, so the correct answer will be she was studying when the phone rang. Let's move on to second question. If you heat water, it turns into steam. So the correct answer will be if you heat water, it turns into steam. So this word itself is fine. Okay, so in this case you don't have to change anything, so this is making sense. Okay, if you heat water, it turns into steam. Let's see the next question. By next summer we dash move to a new house. The correct answer will be by next summer we will have moved. We will have moved to a new house. Okay, let's see the next question that we have. The train arrived before we reached the station. So the correct answer will be the train had arrived before we reached the station. Okay, past tense. Next question that we have. While I walk, I was a shooting star. So the correct, I saw a shooting star, sorry. So the correct answer will be while I was walking, I saw a shooting star. Okay, moving on. He dash go to market yesterday. See, yesterday means past tense, so you have to understand the tense of the sentence and then you have to give your answer. Okay, basically. So the correct answer will be he went to the market yesterday. Next question. They dash be best friends since childhood. Okay, so the correct answer will be they have been best friends since childhood. Next question that we have is when she arrives we dash start the meeting. The correct answer will be when she arrives we will start the meeting. Future tense basically. Okay, hope you have understood these set of questions. Okay, very easy. If you have practiced enough, I can very confidently say that you will definitely attempt these questions very well. Don't worry about it. Moving on to the next set of questions which are based on articles. So we have different articles like a, an and the. Okay, so we have to fill in the blanks with the correct form of articles. Okay, now just in case, I am very sure that all of you must be aware, but let me repeat it. So if we have any vowels like A, E, I, O, U, okay, that is getting used, in those cases we will use N. Okay, let's see the first question that we have. I saw dash elephant in the zoo. The correct answer will be I saw an elephant, because E is a vowel. Moving on to the second question. He is dash honest person. In this case also it will come N. Now you must be like, some people might be wondering why we are putting N here. H is not a vowel. But see, when you pronounce this word, it says honest, right? The word that is coming out is O. That is why we are using N over here, because the vowel sounding cases also you have to use N. Okay. Moving on to the next question. She bought dash apple and a banana. The correct answer will be she bought an apple and a banana. Again, A is a vowel here. Moving on to the next question. This is dash best day of my life. The correct answer will be this is the best day of my life. Okay. Moving on to the next question. There was dash unexpected visitor at the door. The correct answer will be there was an unexpected visitor at the door. Again, unexpected, U is a vowel. We need to find dash solution to this problem. The correct answer will be we need to find a solution to this problem. Okay, I hope you have understood how you can solve questions based on articles. You just have to fill in the blanks with the correct form of articles, which is a, an, or the. Moving on to the next set of question now. So now again we have fill in the blanks based on questions, and you have to fill in the blanks based on correct prepositions. Okay, let's read the questions one by one and we will solve them. First question is, she is interested dash learning new languages. So the correct answer will be she is interested in learning new languages. Moving on to second question now. The book is dash the table. The correct answer is the book is on the table. Okay. Moving on to the next question. He walked dash the park in the evening. The correct answer will be he walked through the park in the evening. Next, see the next question. We will meet dash Monday morning. The correct answer will be we will meet on Monday morning. Next question is, the keys are dash the drawer. The correct answer will be the keys are in the drawer. And we have the last question based on prepositions, that is, they traveled dash car to the city. The answer will be they traveled by car to the city. Okay. Hope you have understood these types of questions based on prepositions. Moving on to the next set of questions that we have, which are based on voice changes. Now, in these types of questions, maybe there are chances that you will get options for the questions, but I have not taken any options so that you get a better understanding of solving these questions. Let's solve these questions without having any options given to us. Okay. Okay. So let's take the first question. Basically, the question is, the teacher corrected the assignments. Okay, and we are asked that this is an active voice sentence. We have to change it to passive voice. So I'm writing the answer here for all of you. Okay, the answer will be the assignments were corrected by the teacher. Okay, so the passive sentence will be the assignments were corrected by the teacher. Let's take the second question. The chef cooked a delicious meal. We have to change this sentence into a passive voice. The correct answer will be a delicious meal was cooked by the chef. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The police caught the thief. Again, this is the active voice sentence. We have to convert it into a passive voice sentence. The correct answer will be the thief was caught by the police. Okay, so this is the correct answer for this question. Moving on to the next question. A novel was written by her. Now this is a passive sentence. Okay, so we have to convert it into active voice. The correct answer will be she wrote a novel. Okay, moving on to the next question. The house was painted by workers. And again, this sentence we have to convert it to active voice. So the correct answer will be the workers painted the house. Okay, Let's see the last question that we have based on these types of question. This is which is voice change. The question is, the homework was completed by the students, and we have to change it to active voice. Basically, this sentence is in passive voice. We have to change it to active voice. The correct answer will be, the students completed the homework. Okay. Now I hope you have got the understanding of how you can solve these questions. Okay. Now let's move on to the next set of questions, which are based on listening. Let's understand the instructions first, and then we will attempt these questions. The instruction says that listen to the audio and answer the questions. Basically, for this set of questions, one audio will play and you have to listen to that audio very attentively, because you won't get the chance to listen to the audio once again. It will only play once. Okay. And after the audio is played, you will get few questions which you have to answer. So now one audio will play. After that, we will attempt these questions.
Whenever my family traveled by train to California, we often picked up items at various stations along the way. We especially enjoyed sampling local specialties like sourdough bread from San Francisco or dates from Palm Springs. However, my favorite finds were always the hand-crafted wooden toys from a small town near Napa Valley, known for its traditional craftsmanship. These toys stood out for their glossy lacquered finish, made using a natural resin produced by insects. Back then, they were hand-painted with organic dyes and sold in small woven baskets. I loved their vibrant colors, intricate details, and charming designs.
Okay, so we have heard the audio now. Let's attempt the questions based on that. First question is, what items did the family enjoy picking up during their train travels? So the answer for this will be, the family enjoyed picking up local specialties such as sourdough bread, dates, and handcrafted wooden toys. Okay, let's move on to the second question. Where did they get their sourdough bread from? The correct answer will be, they get sourdough bread from San Francisco. Okay. Now guys, before we move on to the next question, I just want to give you one tip or one advice, that in these set of questions, usually you will get 3 questions, okay, based on the audio, but I have taken 4 to 5 so that you have a better understanding, okay, like what types of question can come and how you can answer them. Okay, let's see the third question that we have here. What made the handcrafted toys unique? The answer will be, the handcrafted toys were unique because of their glossy lacquered finish made from a natural resin. Okay, let's see the next question. How were the toys painted? The answer will be, the toys were hand painted using organic dyes. Next question is, what material was used to coat the toys? The correct answer will be, the toys were coated with a lacquer made from natural resin produced by insects. Okay, now guys, the main important tip for these types of questions is you have to listen very attentively. Okay, because if you are not attentive while listening, then you might attentively, because if you do not listen attentively, this is not passage based questions that you can read the passage twice or thrice, right? See, the questions will be very basic because they can't ask you very in depth or very detailed questions. You just have to answer in one line. But the thing is, you have to listen attentively. If you have not listened attentively, then you might not know what the question is asking. Okay, but I would still say that, if just in case if you have missed a question, okay, if you have missed a part of the paragraph or you have not listened attentively, just try to answer anything, whatever you can think of the answer of a question. Okay, don't miss any of the questions, because you might not know. Just attempting also can get it corrected. Okay, so we have already seen the first question. Now we will move on to the second audio. So first the audio will play and then we will attempt these questions. So now the audio will play for you.
Discipline is often hailed as the cornerstone of success, but what if it's not always the key for Tom? Discipline was not a virtue, but a constraint that limited his potential. In his early career, he adhered to rigid routines, prioritizing structure over spontaneity. However, over time, he began to question the value of this obsessive control. Was he really being productive, or merely filling time? The constant pressure to stay disciplined made him feel trapped, stifling his creativity and passion. Tom eventually learned to embrace a more flexible approach, letting go of strict routines. His work improved as he found space for innovation and flow, proving that discipline, when overemphasized, can sometimes hinder true progress.
Okay guys, so now you must have heard the audio. Let's see the questions that we have based on this audio. First question is, how did Tom initially view discipline? The correct answer for this one will be, Tom initially viewed discipline as a strict routine that had to be followed. Okay. Let's see the second question. What made Tom question the value of discipline? The answer will be Tom questioned discipline when he realized it was making him feel trapped rather than productive. Okay. Let's see the third question that we have. How did discipline affect Tom's creativity? The correct answer will be discipline affected Tom's creativity by limiting his ability to explore new ideas. Let's see the next question that we have here. What changes did Tom make in his approach? The correct answer will be he adopted a more flexible approach, allowing space for innovation. Let's see the next question that we have. What was the final result of his shift in perspective? The correct answer will be the result was that his work improved and he found more passion in what he did. So guys, in this way you have to answer all these questions. And as already mentioned, you will get mostly 3 questions based on audio, but I have taken 5 questions for better practice. Let's move on to the next question that we have. Okay, in this one I have taken a lot of questions. First, the audio will play. Listen to the audio very carefully and then we will attempt these questions. Okay.
Backpacking, celebrated as an exhilarating endeavor, demands far more than enthusiasm. It requires a blend of physical endurance, strategic preparation, and adaptability to endure rugged terrains and capricious weather. Unlike conventional vacations, backpacking revolves around carrying only the essentials, reflecting a philosophy of minimalist living. However, simplicity here is deceptive. It conceals the meticulous planning needed to understand local environments, customs, and potential hazards. Though often perceived as spontaneous, backpacking thrives on preparation and adaptability. The experience, while stripping away indulgences, enriches the traveler with profound self-awareness and resilience. It is a paradoxical journey, one of deprivation and fulfillment, where each challenge reshapes the traveler's perspective and priorities.
Okay, I hope you must have heard the audio attentively. Let's see the questions that we have based on the audio. The first question is, what are some essential qualities required for backpacking? The correct answer will be essential qualities for backpacking include endurance, preparation, and adaptability. Second question, how does backpacking differ from conventional vacations? The correct answer will be unlike vacations, backpacking requires carrying only the essential and traveling with a minimalist approach. Moving on to the next question, what is the philosophy behind minimalist living in backpacking? The answer will be the philosophy behind minimalistic living in a backpacking is to rely on only what is necessary. Moving on to the next question, why is meticulous planning necessary for backpacking? The correct answer is planning is important to understand local environments, customs, and possible risks. Moving on to the next question, what does backpacking teach travelers about themselves? The correct answer will be backpacking teaches travelers self-awareness and resilience. Moving on to the next question, what is the paradox of backpacking? The correct answer will be the paradox of backpacking is that while it removes indulgences, it enriches the traveler's life. Moving on to the next question, how does backpacking reshape a traveler's perspective? The correct answer will be backpacking reshapes a traveler's perspective by making them more adaptable and appreciative of simplicity. Moving on to the next question, what kind of challenges do backpackers often face? The correct answer will be backpackers often face challenges like harsh weather, navigation issues, and limited resources. Moving on to the next question or the last question that we have, why is adaptability important in backpacking? The correct answer will be adaptability is crucial because conditions and situations can change unexpectedly during the journey. Okay guys, so I hope now you have got the understanding of how you have to solve these questions based on listening. As I already told you, you will mostly get 3 questions based on the audio, but for better practice, I have tried to take maximum amount of questions that we can take from these questions. Okay. Now guys, I just have one request from you. If you have watched this video so far and if you have found it helpful, please at least write the word helpful in the comment box so that I get to know that how many of you are preparing from these videos and how many of you have watched the video till here. So let's see the instructions for the first set of questions. Okay. In this section, you will encounter 18 statements or audio clips. Your task is to read and record the statements or the content of audio clips. you have total of 10 minutes to complete all the recordings, and every question is mandatory. Okay, so there are some notes. Ensure that the room is quiet and free from distractions such as background conversations, car horns, or mobile phones ringing. Avoid muting or adjusting the microphone settings, as the mic has been calibrated before the start of the test. Okay, let's click on next and move forward. So this first set of question is reading and saying it aloud. Okay, so we will be given one line and we need to read it and say it aloud. Okay, let's see the first question. So this is our line. Okay, now let's read it and say it aloud. The vibrant flowers bloomed in the garden, attracting numerous butterflies. Okay, so make sure you click start recording before speaking, and then once your speaking is done, you will get the responses submitted. Let's move on to question 2. His laughter echoed through the hall, spreading joy to everyone present. Let's move on to question number 3. The sun dipped below the horizon, tinting the sky with hues of orange and pink. Moving on to the next question. The children played outside until the dusk, their voices filled with excitement and laughter. Next question is, again we have to read the following sentence. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, creating a soothing melody in the quiet park. Again, let's read the next sentence. Her eyes sparkled with determination as she set out to achieve her dreams. Let's read the next question. The old clock ticked steadily, marking the passage of time in the silent room. Moving on to the next question. This is again we have to read the sentence which is given to us. As the curtain rose, the audience held their breath in anticipation of the performance. Let's see the next set of questions. In this question, we need to read and say it aloud, and we will be given the paragraphs which we need to read and say it aloud. Okay, let's see the instructions for these types of questions. Instructions for upcoming questions. Read the given paragraph carefully and then say the exact paragraph out loud. Note, you will have 30 seconds to record your response. You can only record your response once. Your response will be automatically submitted once the time is up. Okay, so this is our paragraph. Let's read it out aloud. Okay, that is what we need to do. Make sure when you attempt these kinds of questions, your start recording button is clicked and you try to speak within your stipulated time. Okay, this paragraph is: advancement in technology have significantly reshaped the way we interact with the world. From smartphones to artificial intelligence, these innovations offer both convenience and challenges. While they enhance communication and productivity, they also raise concerns regarding privacy and over-reliance on digital tools. Moving forward to the next question. Healthy eating habits are essential for maintaining overall well-being. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can reduce the risk of chronic diseases and boost energy levels. However, maintaining this balance requires discipline and conscious choices in a world full of fast food temptations. Moving on to the next set of questions. In these kinds of questions, we need to listen and say it aloud whatever is spoken in the audio. Let's see the instructions for these kinds of questions. Listen carefully to the audio recording and repeat the sentences exactly as you hear them. So there are some notes. You will have 15 seconds to record your response. You can only listen to the audio once. You can't pause the audio in between. Okay, so just a tip: if you are not able to listen any audio properly, move on to the next one, because there is no way to listen it twice. So make sure that you listen to it very attentively. Let's see the first audio.
The children played outside while their parents watched from the porch.
So the answer for this audio is: the children played outside while their parents watched from the porch. Moving on to the next audio.
She quickly finished her homework and went outside to join her friends.
Okay, the answer for this is: she quickly finished her homework and went outside to join her friends. Moving on to the next question.
The teacher handed out the assignment, explaining the instructions in detail.
Okay, the answer for this is: the teacher handed over the assignment, explaining the instructions in detail. Moving on to the next audio.
The sun was setting behind the mountains, casting a golden glow over the valley, while the birds returned to their nests.
Okay, the answer for this question is the sun was setting behind the mountains, which created a golden glow over the valley while the birds returned to their nest. Let's move on to the next audio.
As the music played softly in the background, the guests mingled, enjoying the evening and the delicious appetizers served by the hosts.
Okay, the answer for this is as the music played softly in the background, the guests started to enjoy the evening and enjoyed the delicious appetizer served by the host. Let's move on to the next audio.
After weeks of planning and organizing, the event finally came together, with guests arriving from all over the country, eager to celebrate and share in the excitement of the occasion.
The answer to this is after weeks of planning and organizing, the event finally happened. The guests arrived from all over the country. They celebrated and shared their excitement. Let's move on to the next audio.
The students eagerly gathered in the library, filled with excitement as they looked forward to sharing their thoughts and ideas about the latest book they had read, discussing its themes, characters, and what they had learned from it.
Okay, the answer for this is the students eagerly gathered in the library. They looked excited and shared their thoughts and ideas about the latest book they had read. They also discussed the book's characters and what they learned from it. Moving on to the next audio.
After a long and tiring day at work, he found immense joy in unwinding by preparing a delicious meal, carefully selecting fresh ingredients, and taking his time to create a dish he truly enjoyed.
The answer for this is after a long and tiring day at work, he was immensely happy preparing his favorite meals. He used all the fresh ingredients and took his time cooking all while listening to his favorite music. Okay, so now we are moving on to the next set of questions where what we need to do is we need to speak on the topic. See the instructions for these questions. In this sections, you will be given 3 topics on which you have to speak for 60 seconds each. You will have 90 seconds to think about each topic before you start the recording. There are some notes to help you speak on the topic. You are provided with speaking points in forms of questions. Please note that the speaking points or questions are just suggestions. If you wish, you may also speak on the other points related to the topic. Let's see the first question. The question is the importance of healthy eating. So we have to speak on this point. Okay. Now there are some points given to so that we can talk about this point. The points that we are given is in terms of questions. Why is maintaining a healthy diet important? How do you incorporate healthy eating into your lifestyle? Can you share any personal experiences related to healthy eating? So you can think about it in the 90 seconds and then once 90 seconds are over, you need to speak about it in the next 60 seconds. Okay. So let's speak about it. Healthy eating is essential for maintaining both physical and mental well-being. A balanced diet provides the body with nutrients it needs to function efficiently. Both boost immunity and prevent chronic diseases like diabetes and heart issues. It also enhances mental clarity and energy levels, helping you stay productive throughout the day. Personally, I incorporate healthy eating by focusing on balance and moderation. I prioritize fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins while limiting processed foods and sugary snacks. Meal prepping during weekends ensures I have nutrition meals ready even on business days. A personal experience I'd like to share is how shifting to healthier eating habits improved my energy and focus. A few months ago, I replaced my sugary breakfast cereals with oatmeal topped with nuts and berries. This small change made me feel more energetic and less reliant on caffeine. Healthy eating is not just a choice, but a lifestyle that pays off in the countless ways. So guys, in this way, you have to speak for 60 seconds. Okay. You can speak whatever you have in mind. Okay. Make sure trying to be fluent and be confident when you speak. Let's move on to question 2, where the topic is the role of sports in society. And the questions that we have are, why do you think sports are significant in our culture? How do sports promote teamwork and cooperation? Can you share your favorite sport and why you enjoy it? So let's speak on this topic for 16 seconds, which is 1 minute. Sports play a vital role in our culture by bringing people together, fostering a sense of community and promoting physical and mental well-being. They transcend barriers like language and nationality, uniting individuals around a shared passion. One of the most valuable aspects of sports is how they promote teamwork and cooperation. In team sports, players must communicate effectively, strategize, and work collectively toward a common goal. These skills not only create a strong bond among players but also translate into life and work situations. My favorite sport is cricket because it combines strategy, skills, and teamwork. I enjoyed the excitement of the game, especially how every player has a critical role, whether battling, bowling, or fielding. Cricket teaches patience, resilience, and the importance of collaboration, qualities that resonates in life every day. Overall, sports inspire discipline, unity, and spirit of healthy competition that enriches the society. Okay, so in this way, you have to speak to on your topic for 60 seconds. Let's move on to the third question, which is the impact of technology on communication. The points that we have are how has technology changed the way we communicate? What are some positive and negative effects of these changes? How do you see communication evolving in future? Okay, let's start speaking on this topic for next 60 seconds. Technology has revolutionized how we communicate, making it faster, more convenient, and global. Platforms like social media, messaging apps, and video calls allows us to connect with anyone, anywhere in real time. This has broken down barriers and made sharing ideas easier than ever. On the positive side, technology has enabled instant communication, remote work, and global collaboration. However, it has also downsides such as reduced face-to-face interaction, the rise of misinformation, and the pressure to always be connected. In the future, I see communication becoming even more immersive with advancement like virtual and augmented reality. These technologies could make interaction more personal and lifelike, even from a distance, bridging the gap between the physical and digital worlds. While technology continues to shape communication, balancing its use with meaningful human connections will remain essential. Okay, so now let's move on to the next set of questions, which is of the type fill in the blanks. Okay, so we will be having some fill in the blanks. We need to fill the correct answer in those blanks. Let's see the instructions before we attend those questions. In this section, you will answer a total of 34 questions. The questions are divided into 5 categories. You will have 15 minutes to complete all the questions, and each question is mandatory. So the questions are divided into different categories. First one is verbal forms. Fill in the blanks using the correct form of word provided in brackets. You will have 8 such questions. Next set of questions will be like fill in the blanks using the appropriate tense provided in the brackets. You will have again 8 set of questions for them too. Next is your article based questions. Fill in the blanks using the correct article to complete the sentence properly. You will have total of 6 such questions. Next is prepositions. Fill in the blank with the most suitable preposition provided in the bracket. You will have a total of 6 such questions. Next is your voice change. Change the voice of the following sentences, that is active or passive, as required. And you will have a total of 6 as such questions. Moving on to the first question. Fill in the blank using the correct form of verb provided in the bracket. The train dash leave or leaves the station at 9 a.m. The correct answer in this case would be leaves. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Fill in the blank using the correct form of word provided in the bracket. My friend dash enjoy or enjoys going to the cinema on weekends. The correct answer in this case is enjoy. Moving on to the next question. The dash are or is some updates that we would like to share with you. So the correct answer in this case is going to be are. There are some updates that we would like to share with you. Moving on to the next question. He dash do or does his homework before dinner. So the correct answer in this case is going to be does. He does his homework before dinner. Moving on to the next question. Fill in the blanks using the correct form of verb. Again, we have to fill in the blanks by selecting one of the options. She dash study or studies hard for her exams every night. The correct answer in this case is going to be studies. Moving on to the next one. The percentage of employees who got promoted this year dash is or are very encouraging. The correct answer is very encouraging. Okay. Moving on to the next one. The committee dash to the proposed changes. Agree or agrees? The correct answer is agrees. The committee agrees to the proposed changes. Moving on to the next question. The team dash every evening for the tournament. The options are practice or practices. The correct answer is the team practices every evening for the tournament. Moving on to the next one. By this time tomorrow, we dashed the project. The correct answer will be, so now the questions have changed. The question is fill in the blank using the appropriate tense provided in the bracket. You are given a tense and you have to fill in the option, fill in the blank with the appropriate tense of this word. Okay, so the answer for this question will be, by this time tomorrow we will have completed the project. We will have completed the project. Okay, moving on to the next question. She dashed to the gym every morning before work. So the correct answer in this case is going to be, she goes to the gym every morning before work. Let's move on to the next question now. They dash in Paris for the last 5 years. So we have the word live and we have to use the correct tense of it. So in this case, the correct answer will be, they have been living. Okay, they have been living in Paris for last 5 years. Moving on to the next one. When I arrived at the party, everyone dash already / leave. Okay, so the correct answer in this case will be, had already left. Okay, so the complete sentence would be something like, when I arrived at the party, everyone had already left. Moving on to the next one. I dash him since we graduated from the university. The correct answer in this question is going to be, I have not seen him since we graduated from the university. Let's move on to the next question now. He dash his homework by the time his parents got home. The correct answer of this question will be, he had finished his homework by the time his parents got home. So guys, before we move on to the next question, if you are finding this video helpful, please give it a like and please subscribe to the channel, because there is a lot of helpful content that I regularly upload on this channel for all of you. Let's move on to the next question. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate tense that is provided. So we have a word and we have to use that word in the correct tense. Okay, so the question is, she dash French for 3 years before moving to French. Okay, the word is learn. The correct answer for this question is going to be, she had been learning. She had been learning French for 3 years before moving to France. Let's move on to the next question now. Right now, they dash the proposal in the meeting room. So the correct answer for this question is going to be, they are discussing the proposal in the meeting room. Let's move on to the next question. So now the pattern of questions there is a bit changed. Let's see. Fill in the blanks using the correct article to complete the sentence properly. So we will be given some articles. We have to select the most appropriate one that can come in this blank. The question is, she bought dash laptop last week. The correct answer is, she bought a laptop. Next question is, I can't remember where I put dash keys to my house. The correct answer in this case is going to be, I can't remember where I put the keys. Let's move on to the next question now. They adopted dash adorable puppy from the shelter. The correct answer is going to be an adorable. Okay, because here we are using a vowel. So they adopted an adorable puppy from the shelter. Let's move on to the next question. There is dash a book on the table. Can you pass it to me? So the correct answer in this case is going to be, there is a book on the table. Can you pass it to me? Let's move on to the next question now. We stayed at dash hotel near the beach. So the correct answer in this case is going to be, we stayed at a hotel near the beach. Moving on to the next question now. Dash the sun is setting and it looks beautiful. The correct answer is, the sun is setting and it looks beautiful. Let's move on to the next question now. And now the pattern of the changes question is going to change a little bit. The pattern is, fill in the blanks with the most suitable preposition provided in the brackets. Okay, so we have some prepositions. So we have to select the most suitable preposition that will fit in this blank. So the first question is, the cat is hiding dash the table. So the correct answer out of these options, that is on, in, under, between. The correct answer is going to be under. The cat is hiding under the table. Moving on to the next question. I will meet you dash the coffee shop at noon. The options that we have is at, in, on or by. The correct answer in this case is going to be, I will meet you at the coffee shop at noon. Moving on to the next question. She arrived dash time for the meeting. The options are on, in, by and at. The correct answer is going to be, she arrived on time for the meeting. Let's move on to the next question now. They have been friends dash 10 years, and the options that we are given is since, for, at, to. The correct answer in this question is going to be for. They have been friends for 10 years. Moving on to the next question now. There is a bridge dash the river. The options that we have are across, over, above and under. The correct answer is going to be, there is a bridge over the river. Let's now move on to the next question. A teacher walked dash the students to hand out the papers. The options that we have are through, between, across, at. The correct answer in this question is going to be between. The teacher walked between the students to hand out the papers. Okay. Let's now move on to the next set of questions, and these type of questions, what we need to do, we need to change the voice of questions. The question will either be given to us in active voice, we need to convert it to passive voice, or it is the vice versa, where the question will be given to us in passive voice and we need to convert it to active voice. Let's start looking at the first question. Change the voice of the following sentences, active or passive, as required. The statement is, he completed the project on time. The options that are given to us is, he has completed the project on time, the project was completed by him on time, the project had been completed on time, on time the project was completed by him. The correct answer in this case is going to be, the project was completed by him on time. Moving on to the next question now. She will invite her friends to the party. Okay, the options that we have is, she invited her friends to the party, her friends were invited to the party by her friends will be invited to the party by her, and fourth option is, she has invited her friends to the party. Now guys, before we look at the answer of this question, I want all of you that just pause the video for a moment and think of the answers before directly jumping onto the solution. This will help you practicing it in a better way. Okay, now let's see the answer for this question. The answer for this question is going to be, her friends will be invited to the party by her. Moving on to the next question now. The chef is cooking dinners for the guest. Okay, and the options that we have are, dinner is being cooked by the chef for the guests, the guests are cooking dinner for chef, the chef had cooked dinner for the guest, dinner will be cooked for the guest by the chef. The correct answer in this case is going to be, dinner is being cooked by the chef for the guest. Let's move on to the next question now. They will announce the result tomorrow. The options that we have is, the results were announced by them tomorrow, the results will be announced by them tomorrow, the results are announced by them tomorrow, or they had announced the results tomorrow. See, we are talking about future tense, so the correct answer in this question is going to be, the results will be announced by them tomorrow. Moving on to the next question. The company has launched a new product. Okay, and the options that we have are, a new product was launched by the company, the new product has been launched by the company, a new product had been launched by the company, a new product is launched by the company. So the correct answer in this case is going to be this one, which is, the new product has been launched by the company. Next, look at the next question. They are building a new library downtown. The options that we have are, a new library is being built downtown, the downtown library was built by them, they built the new library downtown, they were building a new library. So the correct answer in this case is going to be option A, or the first one, which is, a new library is being built downtown. Hope you have understood these types of questions. These are very important when it comes to communication assessment. Let's now move on to the next set of questions, which is going to be listen and answer. Okay, let's see the instructions before we attempt these questions. So the instruction is, in this section you will listen to audio clips followed by a set of questions. You will have 10 minutes to finish all the questions. Pay close attention to the audio, as the next 3 questions will be based on it. There are some notes. You can only listen to the audio once. You can't pause the audio in between, and type OK in the box below to proceed with the questions. See, let me tell you the next set of questions that are going to come, in that the audio is going to be a bit longer. So pay attention to that, because it is kind of passage based questions. So you will be hearing a long paragraph or a passage, and then you will be asked 3 questions based on that paragraph. Okay, so you have to answer accordingly, and you will not get chance to rehear or to again hear the audio. Okay, so let's attempt our first questions. So now audio will play. Let's listen to that.
On a chilly winter morning, a young girl named Mia woke up to find a beautifully wrapped box on her doorstep. She had no idea who had left it there. Excited and curious, she brought the box inside and carefully unwrapped it. Inside, she discovered a lovely scarf made of the softest wool in her favorite colors, blue and purple. Mia couldn't believe her luck. She wore the scarf throughout the day, feeling warm and cherished. As she walked through her neighborhood, she noticed the people around her, bundled up and cold. Inspired, Mia decided to spread the joy of her unexpected gift. She went home and began knitting scarves for her friends and neighbors. Soon, the entire neighborhood was filled with warmth and kindness, all thanks to the mysterious gift that had sparked Mia's creativity and generosity. The unexpected gift became a catalyst for community spirit, reminding everyone of the joy in giving.
Okay, so now let's attempt the first questions. Okay, so there will be 3 questions based on that audio. So the first question is, what was the unexpected gift that Mia found? The options that we have are a box of chocolates, a beautifully wrapped scarf, a new pair of boots, a toy for her pet. The correct answer for this question is going to be a beautifully wrapped scarf. Let's move on to the next question. How did Mia feel when she discovered the gift? The options that we have are indifferent and uninterested, excited and cherished, confused and anxious, and upset and disappointed. So the correct answer is Mia was excited and cherished when she discovered the gift. Moving on to the next question. What did Mia do after receiving the gift? The options are she ignored it and went back to bed. She wore it and started knitting scarves for others. She returned it to the sender. She asked her parents for a new gift. So the correct answer for this question is she wore it and started knitting scarves for others. Okay, now let's listen to this next set of audio and then we will attempt those 3 questions.
Urbanization is a phenomenon that has significantly transformed societies over the past century. As people migrate from rural to urban areas in search of better economic opportunities and living conditions, cities are expanding rapidly. This shift has led to various challenges, including overcrowding, increased pollution, and the strain on public services. While urbanization can drive economic growth and innovation, it also poses serious environmental and social issues. Governments and city planners are now faced with the task of creating sustainable urban environments that accommodate growing populations while maintaining quality of life. Strategies such as green spaces, efficient public transport, and affordable housing are crucial in mitigating the negative effects of urbanization.
Okay, so now let's attempt the questions. What is the major consequence of urbanization mentioned in the passage? The options are improved agriculture productivity in rural areas, enhanced job opportunities with leading population growth in cities, decreased pollution due to better urban strategies, shift towards traditional lifestyles in urban centers. The correct answer is enhanced job opportunities leading to population growth in cities. Let's move on to question number 2. Which of the following is not mentioned as a challenge resulting from urbanization? And we have the options as strain on public servants, increased agriculture output, overcrowding, environmental degradation. The correct answer in this case is going to be increased agriculture output. So guys, before we move on to the next question, I just want to make a request that if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. And if you are finding this video helpful, please give it a like and share it amongst your friends too. Let's see the third question. What solutions are suggested to address the challenges of urbanization? The options that we have are building more roads and highways to connect the cities, developing sustainable environments through green and spaces and efficient public transport, encouraging more people to move back to rural areas, focusing solely on economic growth without considering social impact. So the correct answer in this question is going to be developing sustainable urban environments through green spaces and efficient public transport. Now we will hear the third set of audio and after that we will take up the questions that follows.
Interactive software and digital resources have made education more accessible than ever. Students can now learn at their own pace, accessing a wealth of information and learning tools that were previously unavailable. However, this technological shift also raises questions about the effectiveness of traditional teaching methods compared to digital approaches. Critics argue that excessive reliance on technology may diminish critical thinking and interpersonal skills. It is essential for educators to find a balance between integrating technology into the classroom and preserving essential traditional learning experiences. The challenge lies in ensuring that technology serves as an enhancement to education rather than a replacement.
Okay, so now let's attempt the questions that we have. The first question is, how has technology changed the educational landscape according to the passage? The options are, it has made traditional classroom experiences irrelevant and obsolete. It has limited access to education resource for students in remote areas. It has provided new opportunities for personalized learning and resource accessibility. It has decreased the need of teachers in classroom environment. So the correct answer for this is going to be, it has provided new opportunities for personalized learning and resources accessibility. Moving on to the second question. What concern is raised about the reliance on technology in education? The options that we have are: it may lead to an increase in student engagement and motivation. It could overshadow the importance of critical thinking and social skill development. It enhances the effectiveness of traditional teaching methods. It guarantees that all students will achieve high academic performance. Okay. So let's see the correct answer for this question. The correct answer for this question is it could overshadow the importance of critical thinking and social skill development. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the suggested as a necessary approach for educators regarding technology? The options that we have are: to completely replace traditional teaching with digital methods, to ignore technological advancements in favor of classical education, to strike a balance between technology integration and traditional learning methods, to focus only on technology enhancements without evaluating their impact. So the correct answer in this case is going to be to strike a balance between technology integration and traditional learning methods. So guys, we have covered enough questions, and now the 3 questions for the previous section is done. Now let's hear one more audio, and then we are going to attempt 3 more new questions.
In a small, vibrant town, there lived an artist known for his incredible paintings. However, he was not known for his words. He was famously silent. Every day, he would set up his easel in the town square, painting the scenes of daily life. Townspeople would often stop to watch him work, mesmerized by the strokes of his brush that brought life to the canvas. One day, a curious child approached him and asked why he never spoke. The painter smiled and pointed to his paintings. "This," he said, "is my voice." His artwork conveyed emotions and stories that words could not express. Over time, the townspeople began to understand that art could communicate feelings, thoughts, and dreams in ways that spoken language sometimes could not. The silent painter became a beloved figure, teaching everyone the profound power of visual expression.
So guys, let's see the next 3 questions for it. The first question is, what is positive thinking? The options that we have is: ignoring life decisions, difficulties, expecting good results and staying optimistic, always being cheerful, avoiding challenges. So the correct answer for this question is going to be expecting good results and staying optimistic. Let's move on to the next question. According to the passage, what benefit does positive thinking offer? The options that we have is: it guarantees financial success, it strengthens physical health, it ensures problem-free living, it helps in ignoring stressful situations. So the correct answer is it strengthens physical health. Moving on to the third question. What is a key aspect of positive thinking mentioned in the passage? The options that we have are: never encountering problems, approaching problems with a hopeful mindset, avoiding emotional challenges, eliminating stress from life. So the correct answer in this question is going to be approaching problems with a hopeful mindset. So guys, I hope you have understood all the questions now. So that's all for today guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well, and if you need any content, you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.